So there she is, my baby, waiting for the RTX 3080. Currently have the RX 570 Armor in there. Terrible GPU. We have a Ryzen 5 3600X with a Corsair AIO, 32 gig of RAM, 3600 DDR4, and two M2 drives, one there and one under the armor there, and 6 fans. What I'm currently going to do today is drill this front panel here. It's solid, you'll see when I get it out of here. Put a bunch of holes in it so that way I can get some airflow for the RTX 3080 when I get it in here. Like right now I currently have no problems with airflow. I am actually quite well off with airflow right now. I'm running at like 32 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius when I'm gaming. So 55 I think it tops out the max, but I just want to make sure I get a good airflow in here, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna unhook it all and get it all going. Okay, so here's what we got in the front of this panel here. This is what I'm talking about, drilling these holes. If you notice, I already have a spot there that marked out where I want to start doing my actual pattern. And this is actually the pattern I want to do. Well, close to it. There's X's on the ones that I don't want to drill out. Pretty much most all the other holes, it's going to be like 3 on each side. And I haven't decided what size holes I'm going to put in it yet, but I'll decide that as I go. I'm going to start small and work my way up. Hopefully we don't crack this plastic. If we do, I will be putting mesh in front of it instead. But let's start taking off the side panels and get going on it. By the way, there is an MSI 570A Pro in there for a motherboard. So now the next process is to figure out how to get this front panel off. I've taken it off before. It's some little pins inside here, right behind here. It's kind of a hard shot to get, but there's a little pin there, top, middle, and bottom. And that front panel will come off, but it's got wires on it. Unfortunately, I'm going to take, put all the buttons on the top of this thing, where they should have put them here, where the name is. That would have been smarter, but I don't. So it's going to be a pain in the butt to drill this thing, because I'm not disconnecting those wires. I'll have to do it carefully. But let's get to it.
Especially with a budget.
All right, I had to cut what I was doing there because I realized I need to draw my pattern on the front of the case. So I flipped it up. So that way it's easier to draw on. And what I did was, a couple days ago, I made my pattern with that drawing that I showed earlier with this piece here. This is a CD stand that I just drilled out with a plastic bit, which is this thing here. Just drilled that out. I made the pattern with these little foam pieces to put that in a hole so that way I could get the exact measurements I was looking for. But yeah, we're going to use that on the front to mark our holes, and that's originally what that spot is for in the front, the way I drew that little black mark. That's how I'm going to start with the first hole. Okay, so we got it all drawn out. There's my pattern. So change the angle here a little bit. We can show that. It's the pattern. Obviously the big holes are the ones that are going to get drilled out. So we are going to get to work on doing that right now. So what I've done here, I've already drilled it twice, 2 different steps up. I don't know if you can kind of see the holes there in that shot, but I'm going to keep stepping it up until I feel like they're big enough. So step it up to the next size. Put a piece of cardboard here, just to stop it from going in the case. Go real slow. Nothing's really flying around. Don't want to go fast like that. Cardboard down. Get the bottom. I'm just holding it just so that way I make sure I remind myself not to push too hard. Alright. I'm just going to kick it up a couple more sizes and I'll come back to it. So unfortunately I had a little bit of chipping. I tried to step it up to 5/16. I'm pretty sure is what the bit was, from 1/4 inch. And it chipped at the top. So I'm doing the rest by hand. We don't want any more issues. So that's what we're going to do. even dropping anything in there. Okay, I'm just trying to get as close as possible to match these. A little crooked, whatever, as long as it lets air in and doesn't whistle. That's why I'm trying to do the holes a decent size. So just get airflow and a whistle. I don't know if it would have whistled with small holes, but I don't want to take the chance and have to do it all over again. Alright, I'm just going to finish this up and we'll clean it up and pop it back together. Okay, it is complete. As you can see, the chip. And it chipped a little bit on that one too, on the corner, a little bit on that one. I did these ones just to finish them off because I had already started and it chipped right away. So these ones I did all by hand. They might be a little different, but whatever, it works. So let's snap it all back together, side panels, and plug it in, see what kind of airflow we get. So we're all back together and temperatures are lower. Sitting idle before I turned on OSB and recorded this, temperatures were actually at 26 degrees Celsius, and it kicks up a little bit when I put on OSB. So we are good. Now we're just waiting for the RTX 3080 to replace this generic piece of junk in here that I don't like, even though I got a sticker for it right there. We're going to pull that off as soon as we get that 3080 in here. But that's it for this one. So hopefully this Monday I will be replacing that with the 3080. Till the next time.